Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You know, I've been testing a lot of budget integrated amps lately, those $200 to $300 boxes that promise audiophile sound without the price tag. And honestly, most of them sound thin, lack real power, and feel like they were built in a hurry. But then I got my hands on the Marantz Model 60N, and it's like someone finally built an amp that respects your music. If you're serious about sound but don't want to drop four figures, this might be the sweet spot. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Now, the first thing that stood out was the build. This thing is solid. It's got a hefty aluminum front panel, real knobs that click into place, and a weight that tells you it's not going anywhere. I've moved it around my setup a few times, and it doesn't budge. That matters because cheap amps often feel flimsy, like they're held together with plastic and hope. The Model 60N doesn't cut corners there. Sound quality is where this really shines. I've been listening to everything from acoustic folk to dense orchestral pieces, and it just handles it all with ease. The bass is tight and controlled, no bloated, muddy sound like you get from some budget units. Vocals sit right in the middle of the mix, clear and present, not buried under a wave of distortion. I even tried some demanding tracks with complex layers, and the amp never strained or sounded overwhelmed. That's a big deal if you listen to a wide range of music. One feature I didn't expect to use much but now can't live without is the built-in streamer. It supports all the major services, Spotify, Tidal, Qobuz, Amazon Music, and it sounds way better than streaming through a cheap Bluetooth speaker or even some sound bars. The app is clean, the connection is stable, and the soundstage is wider than what you'd get from a basic setup. I've been using it daily to play jazz records from Qobuz, and the detail in the cymbals and upright bass is just gorgeous. It's like having a dedicated music server without the extra cost or complexity. Another nice touch is the phono stage. If you've got a turntable, you don't need a separate preamp. It's right there, and it's properly implemented. I tested it with my vintage Riga Planer 3, and the warmth and texture of the vinyl came through perfectly. No need to buy extra gear, just plug in and play. That's a huge convenience if you're building a minimal setup. I also appreciate the connectivity. It's got 4 analog inputs, a digital optical, a coaxial, and even a USB-B for future-proofing. I've got my CD player, streamer, and a small DAC all hooked up, and switching between them is instant. No fumbling with cables or reconfiguring your system. It just works. Now, let's talk power. It's rated at 60 watts per channel, which might not sound like much compared to big floor-standing amps, but in practice, it's plenty for most home setups. I've got a pair of ELAC Debut 2.0 bookshelf speakers, and this amp drives them with authority. It never runs out of steam, even at moderate volumes. If you're in a small to medium room, you won't need more power. And if you ever upgrade your speakers, this amp will still hold its own. The remote is another small but thoughtful detail. It's backlit, so you can see the buttons in the dark, and the layout makes sense. No hunting around for the volume knob or input selector. It's one of those things you don't notice until you're using a poorly designed remote, and then you realize how much better it is. Now, I do have a couple of minor quibbles. The display on the front is a little small, so if you're sitting far away, you might have to squint to read the input labels. It's not a deal breaker, but it's noticeable. Also, the amp does run warm, so make sure you give it some breathing room. Don't shove it in a tight cabinet where air can't circulate. That's just good practice with any amplifier, though. Overall, the Marantz Model 60N is a fantastic integrated amp for anyone who wants real sound quality without the sticker shock. It's well built, sounds great across all kinds of music, and has all the features you need for a modern setup. If you're looking to upgrade from a soundbar or a basic receiver, this is a solid step up. So if you're curious, check out the link below. It's a great value for what you get, and it might just be the last amp you ever need to buy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.